Good evening, YouTubers. Tonight we are out on Interstate 5 South doing another one of my world-famous fuel economy tests. This evening we are in a 2023 Honda CR-V EXL. This is not the hybrid model, it's just the 1.5-liter, 190 horsepower turbo engine, front-wheel drive. So this vehicle is rated 34 miles per gallon on the highway, and we just filled it up with fuel. Let's see, we covered 8.3 miles so far, and it thinks it's averaging 30.7 so far. So we will see how we do. We're gonna run it down the highway about 57 miles, turn around, run it back to the same pump at the same gas station, fill it back up, and see how well it does compared to its EPA rating. As always, when I do these tests, I have my adaptive cruise control set to 70 miles per hour. If you have one of these cars and you want to know how your adaptive cruise control works, I'll put a link to a how-to video in the description. So we are going to continue on through the night according to the intelligence that I did prior to departing. Traffic and weather should both be cooperative. It was raining earlier today, but I guess we have a break in the rain for a few hours right now. So let's see how we do. We are going to continue on down the road, and I will have an update for you right now. All right, we are currently driving by the San Onofre nuclear power plant. We have covered 36.7 miles. The car thinks it's averaging 35 and a half, which would be decent for this car. I tested a 2023 Honda HR-V, which had the 2-liter non-turbo engine. That one was disappointing. Got a pretty low number and didn't even hit its EPA number. And I also tested a 2023 Nissan Rogue, which is similar in size to this Honda CR-V, and also had a 1.5-liter turbo engine. Totally different engine, 3-cylinder variable compression turbo on the Nissan. And I think it was rated at 37, and it got like 33, which was one of the worst showings I've ever had on this test in reference to the EPA rating. So hopefully this CR-V can outshine them. I did get some sprinkles of rain earlier, but nothing major. Road surface is dry for the most part now, no traffic to speak of yet. So we will continue on. I'll hit the turnaround spot and have an update for you after that. We are turned around and heading back. I had to take a little bit of a detour because the on-ramp that I normally use was closed, but not a big deal. We are currently showing an average of 35.4 miles per gallon, which, if true, is approximately 1.4 miles per gallon higher than the EPA rating on this vehicle, which is definitely a acceptable, more than acceptable result. So we'll continue back up north, probably have one more update for you, and then we'll hit the gas station. We are almost back. We've covered 109.0 miles. The car thinks it's averaging 34.9. And to be quite frank, if it hits its EPA MPG, I'll be happy based on the last couple of Honda branded products that I've tested and the Nissan Rogue that I tested that was a big disappointment, that's in the same class and with the same size engine as this car. So conditions have been pretty fine on the way back, didn't really hit any rain or traffic. So let's get back to that gas station and fill it up and do some math. All right, let's look at the final tail of the tape. We covered 118.5 miles, and it took 3.610 gallons of regular unleaded fuel. So 118.5 divided by 3.610 equals, oh my God, 32.8 miles per gallon. It thinks it did 35 miles per gallon. Let's just make sure I did that correctly. 118.5 divided by 3.610. 32.825. Okay. Well, that's a disappointment, obviously, because right here it says 34 highway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how bad it really is, because that was pretty much a controlled test that's actually designed to be repeatable, and it's really to compare the car against its EPA mileage. So I'm going to reset this, and I'm going to drive this car for a couple of more days. I'm going to use it to commute back and forth to work, and I'll film my reviews on it and stuff, and then we'll check it again. So let's find out what it did right now. All right, so we're back. It's a couple of days later. I've driven the car a bunch. I've put 169.4 miles on it. It only thinks it averaged 25.6. Now, I just want to say right off the bat, I would not expect the car to get great mileage on this tank, because this was me commuting to work, mostly highway, but some city, but I have kind of a heavy foot, and in Southern California, the prevailing speeds are kind of high sometimes, and I filmed the car, so it sat there idling for a while, but it looks like we're way under our city estimate. It took 7.177 gallons of fuel. So let's get to it. 169.4 divided by 7.177 gallons. Oh my God! 23.6! So it was 2 miles per gallon high on its estimation, which really doesn't surprise me. But that's really not good, because it's rated 28 city. And again, I would not expect it to get like a couple miles per gallon below the city. I would find maybe acceptable, but 23 point, it was 4.4 miles per gallon below its city highway miles per gallon in my real world driving, which is not a fair test of a car. That's why I do the whole set the cruise control to 70 and let it roll thing. So I don't know. Overall, I'm pretty underwhelmed by the fuel economy on this CRV. Maybe that's why the hybrids are selling for over MSRP, because I'm sure they do better. Should be noted, this car's only got 901 miles on it right now, so the engine's not broken in. It is possible that as it gets broken in, it'll get better mileage, but for now, it's a little bit underwhelming. And that's my video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.